I was thinking or reflecting recently about my younger self, and I put up a couple of things out on Instagram about it, but I wanted to maybe share a bit more. I think it's interesting, there was a series by the Child Mind Institute in the US about what you'd say to your younger self, and I've been brewing on that for a few days now and just wondering what I could say. I guess it's like saying it's not going to be like one thing, but a number of things. But if there was a pivotal thing which made a big difference, I wonder what that would be. A lot of the reasons I chose some of the things I did choose doing, like leaving school, starting work, I formed a very conventional picture. I stayed at home, worked, and that was my kind of cycle. I didn't have many friends. I didn't socialize a huge amount. I was kind of socially not even awkward, but just unexposed is probably the better word. And I think encourage myself to be a little less fearful, a little braver, and making the effort to go and form, connections with people, relationships, and so on, would have been better. If I embraced my uniqueness and then found other people who were equally unique or awkward and spent time there, I think that would have helped my confidence grow. So I think that would have been better for me. And it's about the self-esteem, the confidence, which I kind of come back to, because I think, that with a little bit more bravery, not loads more, but a little bit more bravery, I've done things a little differently, which should have, maybe I left a job a bit sooner, maybe I've gone explored a bit more, and less thinking. I hell of a thinker, and was when I was younger, and that was always going to, as you're growing up in these particular years, going to become quite a challenge, because that's where you stay too often. I would like to dial that back down, being a bit braver, a bit more confident. I know I'd have got one more date out of one girl when I was in my 17 or 18, which never happened. But if I had been more confident, the one I got away. And that's what I would probably aim to do, is try to remove the shyness, accept that, I'm a bit of a thinker, but then not let it stop me from trying things. So if I was to have that kind of a coffee sit down for an hour or 2 hours with myself, I think it'd be along the lines saying, thinking is good, and that's important as you process, but let's not stay in that space. Find ways to actually go and try things. And in fact, I think at the end of that conversation, I would say, and not remind him, I was going to say, but actually just tell him, you've got to fail so many times to get to any form of success. You've got to try and fail and try and fail and try and fail countless times in work, in family, in relationships, in your own self-development. That the only way to just start that process to get to where you want to be is to just fail, to try. And the more I had done, if I was going to do, the more I would have done of that failing, the sooner I've learned more things and probably moved a bit quicker and got to some different solutions, different answers, which was something that I probably was shying away from and trying to protect myself from quite a bit through, later teenage years when I'd left home. So that's what I would say to my younger self, and I can't know if that's going to give you any benefit or any value. If at least it gives you an insight into me. But yeah, it was just something I want to reflect on, and maybe I'll come back to and add some more information to as well. But for the time being, that's what I would say to my younger self.